Bonnie, would you bring this up? We've had some discussions back and forth since this topic came up, December timeframe or so. So we kind of looked at what we could do to support the school's request, as well as support the taxpayers and, you know, try to balance the budget the best we could. So one of the things that we looked at was a breakout of the carryover money. And this pretty much accounts for the whole $14 million, all going towards school efforts.
And part of my confusion, but why is the schools not asking for this? Why are you putting this together on their behalf? They've had 6 meetings, 8 meetings. I don't know, they meet all the time anymore. And I haven't seen, and I haven't seen them do it. And not that I'm against, and this is my first look at this, not that I'm against, but I mean, we had them here, 2 weeks ago, presenting their budget, and no mention of this was made. So you know, I've always said that the school officials, school board members are elected officials, elected by constituents that voted for us in our districts, and it is up to them to do their job. And so if they want to do something like this, I'm more than happy to have a discussion with them on it. But when it comes to us making these decisions, I would prefer not to, and I would simply want to pass what they have sent to us. And I would say that they have had multiple meetings with no changes to the request to us.
All of the years that I have attended these meetings before I was elected to this board, we have not set a precedent of denying the school division the carryover funds. We did not put a plan together like this for the carryover funds for the county. And so it seems odd to me that we would do this. And I am also perplexed because I have not ever seen us to come up with the suggestion for carryover funds in all the years that I have attended or been at meetings. I don't think it's a good thing to do. The plan may be ideal if we were in different circumstances, but some of the folks that we're talking about cannot wait until January of 2023. They are struggling. I have a teacher, one of my teachers, and confidentially, who's leaving my school to go to Stafford for $19,000 more next year. We are in crisis, and I speak as a supervisor, but also as someone who is there where the rubber meets the road every day. I know what goes on in this school. Many of you, I don't even get the respect of being called Dr. Frazier, and I've earned that respect. I don't think that we can afford to deny. We're sandwiched and in between. Caroline, who's going to be offering 10% more, and Stafford, who's offering 12% more to their teachers. How can we compete? And I am an advocate of public school education. I ran on that platform, and I know that there are people out there who feel the same way. Your voice matters. One of my peers said on this dais that election has consequences. I'm speaking to the audience here, but also those of you who are chiming in on television. Yes, election matters. When you get people that don't invest in children, you have to wonder what you're going to invest in.
But the county is bringing in $17 million in new revenue. We typically bring in 6 to 8, roughly. I don't believe that we need to raise taxes when you're bringing in that kind of revenue, that the schools can also get a portion of it. We don't need to spend it all on ourselves. That's all I'm saying. So I will be bringing forward a scenario, as I typically do every year, to show just how that money can be spent. But when it comes to this carryover money, this has been, it was the school board in December, and granted, there were members on there that were not reelected or not seeking reelection. They voted on it. This current school board has had multiple meetings to do something about it, and they have not. So this is the document sitting in front of me. I will send it to them, and we can send it with notes, send it with your scenario, Mr. McLaughlin, and say, would you please consider this? And then we can have communication back and say, yes, we're going to prioritize the bonuses, and the remaining money we know that we need to address these certain issues, and let's do it that way. But let's not drag our feet anymore. Let's make this, I like to make it in the form of a motion to approve it as presented, and get this over there and get this process moving.
I'd just like to point out there, I will support this carryover, but I would like the school board to come back with any changes or modifications that may occur based on their original output. So call the question.
Seven yes, motion passes.